Pineapple? How do we feel about pineapple?
That's one that I would have to say no good. Yeah, whatever. If people like, I know a lot of people like it. I was out west over the summer.
You went into pizzerias out west?
Yeah, you get curious when you're in these things. Anywhere I go, I try to check out at least one or two pizzerias in the area.
Welcome to Glow Local, a podcast that celebrates community, entrepreneurs, and businesses around the area. Good morning, listeners. I am Andrea Pascali with Glow Local, and today I am sitting down with a local business owner who I'm super excited to interview because they are right across the street from my salon. So I am here today with Jojo. He is one of the partners of Undici, the pizzeria that we eat for lunch all the time. So, Jojo, welcome.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming in. So, Jojo, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in the pizzeria.
My name is Jojo Annunziata. I'm born and raised in Long Island. Actually grew up in Stewart Manor, a 7-block town, like neighbor in the city. Moved out to Massapequa when we opened the business here, almost 3 years now. Town's fine. Very family oriented. I think our business perpetuates that we're very family oriented.
So, what do you do over at Udit? What's your role?
I'm the operator. I'm there 5-6 days a week.
Hi.
It's a group of us, family and friends, that own the place.
You make pizza?
I do make pizza. Our biggest thing is we try to be very different. There's a lot of pizzerias on Long Island. Anywhere you go, there's a pizzeria down the block. Everything we do, we try to put a little spin on it, whether it be, our regular slice or our specialty slices, or just the way we treat you every time we walk in the door. We try to be very different than everybody else's.
That's awesome. And what makes your pizza unique from all the other pizzerias on the block?
So our pizza is very thin, very crispy. It's very light. That's our biggest thing. I feel like a lot of pizza, especially as the years have went on, has turned into a very cheesy, doughy, fulfilling thing, where we want to bring back that old school pizza that's nice, light, crispy. You could eat 2 slices and you don't feel like you just had a whole meal, and still continue to get that. That's definitely one of our main things that we try to get at.
You call that Brooklyn style?
Yeah, and a lot of old school back in the day. A lot of pizza was very light. People you could do part pizza at How Beach. We all grew up on it. It's very light. You go there, you whack up a pie with your friends. Yeah. Feel like that has kind of moved on with the times, but we're here to bring it back.
Yeah, right. No, it's true. I say to myself, because I'm a big pizza girl, so I eat pizza from everywhere, and I've eaten the pizza by you guys, and it is definitely different. It is definitely unique, and I really appreciate it. My favorite slice that you make right now is the FBK.
It's customer number one.
What's your favorite thing that you make over there?
I tell everybody, I think I enjoy my regular the best. I would probably say our best work is our upside down. It's a different sauce. It's cooked. The dough is different than our regular Sicilian dough. It's very, very good.
So the dough and the sauce are different than the dough and sauce you use for all the other pizzas?
Yeah, for the upside down.
What makes the sauce different?
It's a little bit chunky. It's a sweeter sauce on the upside down. It's a different tomato than we use in a regular pizza sauce.
Interesting. Love that. And then a different dough. What makes it different?
Just the way that it's proofed is different than our regular pies. Our square dough and our round are different.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. All right, very good. So I see you're very involved with social media today.
Yeah. Never imagined myself on camera and everything like that, but I'm getting used to it. I like it. Unfortunately, I should say unfortunately, but 2025, it's part of the business. You want to be in the food industry, you gotta get yourself out there. People gotta put a face to the business. So
that's right. And you've kind of become that face too. I love that. And it's funny because you kind of just said what I always say, my famous line of today's world in social media and business is that you either need to get with it or get lost. Yeah. Because if you're not on social media as a business owner.
The reality is especially my generation, people go on social media to find what they're going to eat. All right, what do you want to eat tonight? What's going on Instagram? Even like the Uber and DoorDash and all that. Yeah. Me and my partners, it's odd conversations. Are we going to do it? You don't want to deliver. It dummies down your product a little bit. But the reality is people go on those apps to figure out what they're going to eat. It's just, it's another way to advertise, and it's another way to grab new customers. So
100%. Yeah, no, for sure.
I like that. Get with it or get lost. It's the truth.
It's true.
It's either you're going to play ball or you're not.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Because if you're not doing it, then your competitor's doing it. So they're going to be the one to stand out, right? So even if you've got the best product, if you're not advertising it properly and nobody knows about it, You got nothing.
28%. Where we firmly, we try to keep that old school mindset and like word of mouth is your best advertisement. But like you said, you gotta get with it to get lost. You gotta, everything matters, and then there's never enough. You can never stay stagnant. Every day you gotta try to work to try to find something new to bring people in the store. I have a great base of regulars, but I'm very fortunate enough that I feel like still every day I have, oh, this is my first time. This is my first time. So
Yeah.
good thing.
I think organic marketing makes up a huge chunk of business in service industry and the hospitality realm because, yeah, of course, someone walks in, they enjoy their experience, they're going to tell people about it. But there's another half of marketing, and it's to attract the new customers because you're not going to be able to build or, grow the business if you're not constantly attracting new customers. So I love the social media world because I do feel like it kind of gives us the opportunity to reach those new customers and kind of just show the world our products and talk about what we're doing and how we, how we stand out. So I love that. Okay, so I did want to ask you a question about because you're very involved with the making of the pizza.
Yeah,
Do you make anything else? Are you behind the scenes, chefing it up, or?
Anybody that's in a pizzeria every day, owning and operating, that I could kind of do everything. I learned, I've learned over the years, whatever. But yeah, I can make rolls. We make salads. My menu is a lot smaller than most pizzerias. We're just pizza, rolls, calzones, salads. I started with some sandwiches. I have wings and mozzarella poppers on the menu, but that's really it.
Okay.
I would probably say almost 90% of here pizzerias in the year 2025 are pizzerias/restaurants.
Yes.
So they have full menus. That's another thing that kind of makes us different. I think our big goal is we want to be really good at what we do and, keep it to that. Obviously as time goes on, we add things. I do like sandwiches of the week. So basically I make them till I sell out and then, that's it. Just because I want to keep that quality there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could do a little bit of everything. Like I said, it's a learning process, but I could do a little
We
bit.
could pretty much do cook at home.
I do. I'm a big breakfast cook. I don't cook because I'm always in the shop. Right. So my one good habit is I wake up and make myself breakfast. But
What do you make?
I'm an eggs guy.
How do you make your
Just eggs and toast. I switch it up. I do scramble. I do over ears or. But I have been, especially now since Pizzeria is open, I get more involved when my family is cooking and stuff like that, holidays and things like that. So it's all good. I grew up in an old school Italian household. My grandparents lived with us, and they revolved every day around what they ate. You know what I mean? My grandpa was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He made himself his pre-breakfast. Then when everyone else woke up, he made everybody breakfast. He had lunch, so. That's kind of how we were raised, and that's why we got into the food business. It was something that we took all those ideas and how they lived and had their passion for food, and now we turned it into business.
I love that because so I come from an Italian family myself, and I married into an Italian family, and so everything in our lives revolve around food, and that is the truest thing in the world because it's so funny. Like it'll be like 3 months before any holiday, and my brother is like, "What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing for Christmas? Where are you going? Where are we gonna be at? What are we having?" And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm eating for dinner today. Like I know, and it's really usually like the same thing as through every holiday. We eat like the same few things. What's on the dinner table for holidays in your family? Are you guys bringing pizza in, or are we
That my one thing, my grandfather, he was alive. He passed away kind of like as the restaurants were opening, and my uncle got, oh, why don't you just come? We got a busy day. Come, come eat. You don't gotta cook enough. And he didn't go for it. Dairy. Eat pounders. You could all go. I'll sit here. Yeah, very traditional.
do all the fishes on Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas Eve we do all the fishes. Christmas Day is always lasagna, some type of meat. Easter we do the lamb. We do muddy goat. It's one of my fucking underrated holiday meal for Italians. Thanksgiving. So my aunt and uncle actually had a house up in Pennsylvania. And we used to spend the whole Thanksgiving weekend there. So we'd go Wednesday night and we'd spend all the way till Sunday. And every day it was a crazy, crazy day of food. We used to do Thanksgiving meal Thursday, and then Friday was a fish day, lobsters and all types of stuff. I'll never forget those days. So.
It's the best days. Food is everything. I don't know. It makes me happy. I feel like it makes two people happy. So talk to me about your history in the food industry. Is this your first
So this is my first business venture, whatever. But So my uncle also owns the Patricia's restaurant. He's a partner in the Patricia's restaurant. So a few all around here. They got there in Aruba. They're in Florida.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I've eaten at the Hicksville location and I've eaten at the Massapequa location, but it's in Aruba?
There's one in Aruba. There's I think there's one in Florida. So basically, when I was in high school, I played sports. I'm a football, baseball guy. But I started working Sundays in the restaurant. Obviously, all week you have practice, this and that. So I started my first ever restaurant job as in Patricia's at Hicksville. And then, just basic helping out, not really obviously what I'm doing now, but you see a lot of things. Everybody knows if you work in a restaurant, it's like very high paced and you'll go in there as a phone person and you'll end up in the back shopping south. It's like,
Right.
you never know what they could bring, which is good.
Hospitality for 8 years, so I totally get it.
It's kind of how you learn, it's kind of how you learn. So I started there, and then when they opened up this store, as people, I worked there for a while, and then I was actually in a union for a few years, and then the family got together. We came up with this pizzeria idea, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And here we are.
All right, amazing. And I feel like you landed in like the perfect location. You're in Massapequa, a lot of Italians around here.
Yeah, it really, I can't speak enough of how, like, in a world that's really crazy, this neighborhood is very family driven. They try to keep as much tradition alive. It's good to see. I feel like we're in a really, really great area, especially right here on Merrick Road. Can't beat it.
And as we've seen from, history, that good restaurants last year, right? Look at Old American up block.
I tell everybody they either hate you or they love you, but they love you. It's a great thing.
That's the facts, right? I mean, one thing that people never fall short of is that they have a bad experience. They're gonna scream it from the rooftops. But so far, I don't think we've seen any negative reviews about Undici or really any of Pizzeria and things like that. So, all right, so your family and yourself have been involved in some other businesses. So you guys had your experience, Italian food, cooking, quince, etc. Your partners, do any of them own any other businesses that we want to support?
Yes. One of the partners owns Pack Barbershop. So stable in the neighborhood for our turns. Levittown, right?
Yeah, I take my kid there.
It's the best. It's another thing. It's like something that all these modern barbershops. You go in there, you gotta feel like it's kind of an arm of the leg. So they're holding it down there. She's your neighborhood friend there.
Good spot. Okay, cool. So you guys own some of the best staple spots on, Long Island.
A lot of pretty good tea.
Got a great team. Awesome. And the staff is super friendly over at the pizzeria. Every time I go in there, but when it's super.
I laugh because on I would say most days you walk in and I'm lucky enough I got cousins and we're all very close. It's all family in there. Obviously you have your employees that we try to treat like family. They treat us with respect. And we're lucky. I have a great team there. I can't say that enough. It's not easy, especially in this day and age. A lot of people don't want to work this industry. It's not easy to find. Work, but thank God we've been lucky enough so far that we have a nice team. We put together a good team.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people that you've hired are probably from the community. And
You try. Local is always easier, but you got a couple guys that travel from the boroughs. But we're lucky enough that, like I said,
it's really cool. Well, so let's say someone walks in and they've never been there before. What are you recommending that they get?
First time I stayed again. I feel like I'm gonna repeat it, but the regular is so different than everybody else's regular, and I think you have to try it.
All right.
And my rolls, I make chicken rolls, sausage rolls, spinach. I make a grilled chicken roll, that buffalo chicken. The rolls are really light, whereas I feel like a lot of pizzerias, they're very doughy and heavy. The rolls are really light and crispy, and everybody, I think that's also a good try.
I mean, there's a reason that we're going over this again and again because to like emphasize just how good it is. You have to taste it to save it, right?
I tell people all the time, if you really want to come in and try my pizza, come in, order the pie, wait the 5 minutes, have a chat with me. The pie comes out fresh, and I'm like, turn back for you.
Yep, thanks. All right, cool. So I heard Halloween's a really busy day for pizza.
Yes, Halloween is, especially this year, Landale on Friday. It's very, very busy. There's a few of them, the Halloween, Good Friday, Thanksgiving Eve, believe it or not, very, very crazy. But yes, I think Halloween takes the cake. Halloween is also longer of a rush than so Super Bowl Sunday is a very, very crazy day, but it's like 2 hours. People want their food for game time or for halftime, and then that's it. Halloween is everyone's trick-or-treating somewhere between 4 and 6, 7 o'clock, and it's a great thing, beautiful thing, but it is a crazy, crazy day. You do it best. try to get all the food to everybody. But
How many hours in advance should people order their food if it's like a busier day?
I tell people all the time, it's a good thing to pre-order. It's not necessarily necessary, I tell everybody you got to give us a 30-minute window on a day like that. Unfortunately,
30 minutes isn't bad.
there's just so much you can do. I'd rather be honest with you than tell you, oh yeah, we're good, seeing this, and then they're like, where the hell is my food? It's like you try to be transparent, especially on days like that.
I live in North Massapequa, so on Halloween we ordered pizza from we had a few people over after trick-or-treating, and it was given 2-hour wait.
Yeah, no, Halloweens are crazy day.
Yeah, that's a busy one. Makes sense though. I mean, who doesn't want pizza?
Yeah, it's just easy. Kids are out. You bring the kids back up.
Church pizza. I bake. Who does us pizza? I'm so awesome. So talk to me. Do you actually enjoy making content, or do you do it because you have to?
So honestly, in the beginning, I was kind of against it. Not against it, but I wasn't comfortable. Everything, it was a little bit of a challenge. I would say now, luckily the team that we film with, my man Greg, shout out Greg, he makes things easy for me. And now we're at the point where he kind of comes in and we come up with an idea and we film, once a week usually. We film a few clips. I've definitely gotten more and more comfortable with it as time went on. I would say a year ago, if you asked me this question, I'd be like, oh, man, I can't stand it. But now I think I've gotten more comfortable. And like I said, it's part of the game. If you want to be in the food industry, I really feel that you got to get yourself out there. You got to get your product out there. It's part of it.
Yeah. Do you think since you've become the face of the pizzeria that it's made a positive impact on it?
I would hope so. Yeah, I think thank God the business is good.
Do people come in and they're like, oh
Yeah. My biggest takeaway from it is that, believe it or not, even like the older generation, I did like 67-year-old people come in like, oh, well, we're something on Facebook. That's why we're here. And that kind of makes you think, because there's obviously my generation, the younger kids, they're all over it. Are they really like customers? Maybe.
Right.
But, to see that you're grasping an older generation, that makes you feel like you're really good.
Yeah, right. You see that it's working. It makes you feel a little bit better about having good dining out for sure. I love that. Cool. Yeah, I've noticed a huge difference since we've got, I think, bigger on social media as well. Like, that's why we kind of started a podcast too. I'm like, you know what? It's just, it's necessary.
Yeah, and one thing too, I feel like is it can't really hurt you.
No.
So it's one of those things. If you're not trying,
Yeah. What's the worst case? You post a whole bunch on social media and
Yeah, it doesn't cost you nothing to post either.
All right, cool. So I have some quick fire questions for you. So these are gonna just be me rattling off a couple of questions. You're just gonna and tell me yes, no, or whatever, and we go from there. So my first question is gonna be: do you fold your pizza, your regular slice?
Me personally, yes.
Okay.
I don't think it's a big deal if you do it, though, as long as you eat it. I'm a big cut in half my slice guy.
Actually, do you fork and knife your pizza?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes customers look at me because almost every time I serve a singular slice, I'm like, you want me to whack it in half? And they're like,
so you cut your regular.
you got my round or my square. I like to cut it in half. I don't know if it's something in my head or what. Or I like to make it a little small. Not that I'm only eating half, but it's just a habit.
6-year-old, but I don't do it for myself.
It's a habit.
All right, I hear ya. All right, so what do you think about ranch on pizza?
I mean, whatever floats your boat type of thing. Me personally, I would never. I will say, shout out to Massapequa High School, Senior High School. These kids put ranch on any slice. There's no rules. It could be regulars. It could be the MVP. It could be anything. They put ranch on it. Well, still all pile of jewel.
All right. Pineapple? How do we feel about pineapple?
That's one that I would have to say no good. Whatever. If people like, I know a lot of people like it. I was out west over the summer, and every pizzeria you go into got some type
Out west.
Yeah.
You went into pizzerias out west.
You get curious when you're in these things. Like anywhere I go, I try to check out at least one or two pizzerias in the area.
Right.
So I was in Vegas for a football game, so we checked out a couple. Everybody's got some type of, whether it's bacon pineapple or ham pineapple. Me personally, we grew up New York, old school. Try to keep that. Yeah, if you like it, you like it. I don't knock anybody that likes it, but it's just not for us.
I don't know. I can't go into pizzerias anywhere else at this point. Anytime I've ever given pizza a chance anywhere else, aside from Long Island and the boroughs. I will say New Haven had some decent pizza.
Yeah, Connecticut is good. It's a big it's a very highly talked about thing.
And
I will
Jersey
say
is like,
you don't, especially at least I feel like my generation on Long Island in New York, you don't realize how big up the drop off is in food in general, but pizza especially in these other states. We don't realize how lucky we are. We could step outside the house and walk to a great deli, great bagel shop, great pizzeria.
right.
I would say like 90% of the country can't do that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's so true.
And until you really do that research for yourself, you don't realize it, especially as a normal, regular consumer. If you're not in the business, you don't realize the drop off happen. And I really do. I think it's more the people, because they could get the same product.
I was gonna say, what do you think makes our food better?
I even like the whole Florida thing. You hear a lot of the water and all this stuff. I don't 100% buy it. Obviously, maybe the water's got a little bit to do with it, but I really just think, because now if you see, a lot of New Yorkers are going down, and a lot of restaurant guys are going down to open up businesses, and they're doing great. If you go there, the food is great, because I think it's more the people than the product. I could go to Wisconsin right now and buy all the same product that we do. Will it be the same? No, but it'll be pretty damn good if I bring my guys down there. I just think that it's harder to find. New York is the home of really great pizza men, really good restaurant workers, ideas and things like that. It stemmed from me. It's part of the culture. Whereas in these other places, it's not.
I don't know. There's got to be something in the air. It really doesn't make sense. I've actually, so I owned a house in South Carolina. Some of my family lived down by me too, and I have family in Florida. So I go to those states all the time. Like, all of these pizzerias are popping up, and it says New York style pizza. It is not New York style pizza. It is not even close. Like,
especially these big chains, you got to be careful. A lot of these, they go corporate, and they, all power to them. They do great business, but everything is very pre-cooked. It's vacuum sealed or frozen crust, things like that.
makes a difference.
Yeah,
It's not the same.
I tell everybody, that there's I forget the stat. I don't know if it's 3 of every 10. I don't know the exact number, but restaurants fail. And I say, unfortunately, you get what you put in this business. You know what I mean? It's not, if you're gonna cut corners and you're gonna think you could find a way to do things, you got to do everything true.
So I guess I'm gonna ask you the $1 million question: what state has the best pizza?
I'll always say New York. I mean, I do like the New Haven style. I like their pizza. I do attribute it a lot to their ovens. It's all coal oven. At least the very good places are all coal oven. But like I said, I think, to me, there's maybe 3, 4, 5 great pizzerias in Connecticut, where there's hundreds of great ones, between Long Island and the boroughs and everything like that. I just feel as it's more of it's part of life here. Pizza, it's crazy. New York, it's a culture.
If you leave Long Island and you get pizza somewhere else in the boroughs, what's your favorite pizzeria? Outside of
In the boroughs. So I grew up on New Park. I was in Suman. It was like a 20-minute drive. Me and my friends used to be late night, and we would split a pie, whack that thing down. It was the best. But I would say my favorite slice, aside from that's like more aesthetic, my favorite slice taste-wise is Amore. I think it's Flushing. We used to go before Met games. Really good regular size. Yeah.
Right, noted. To try it, we're known there. Yeah, I'm always searching for the best pizza, but so far, best pizza always, and it's Undici. So you guys are doing a great job, and I'm so happy that I right across the street. It's really not good.
Well, I didn't realize that.
Right across the street. It's not really good for my feet, but it makes me happy. So that's all that matters. All right, awesome. So thank you for coming on. Yeah, it was fantastic, and I loved learning more about just who you are, who the pizzeria is, and all that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
About you and me, baby. Let's try again, maybe.